had a different roster in every game. You know, they're dealing with some injuries. Jovanovic hasn't found her rhythm so far, which I think will be very important today for the result of her team. I think we will see such exciting game because it's a do or die for Serbia, and I don't think they just want to go out of this tournament so easily.
The Serbian team being introduced to the crowd. Elena Ivanovic just finishing her walk to the lineup, and she's been trying to carry this team in both their games. She's got some help from Sonja Petrovic, who in spite of injury was tremendous in the game against France. But will Ana Dabovic play, or will she, more importantly, will she play her normal leadership role on this team? We can reflect on that more after the national anthems. Do or die for Serbia. And we'll be back to talk about it more after the two national anthems, and we'll start with the national anthem of Slovenia. And now the national anthem of Serbia. Well, players exchanging mementos of the game at the halfway line. And for both sets of players, pressure is enormous. There are various equations where either of these teams could go home, and various equations that will keep them here. What the players have to worry about is just performing. Ivanovic has been phenomenal. Here are the three officials, the third team on the floor. Rossi, Manislav Velikov and Kalic from Italy, Bulgaria and Poland respectively, who take charge of this vital Group C matchup. Teresa, for me the equation is quite simple. If Ana Dabovic plays, Serbia have a real chance of getting the win they need. Not a guarantee because obviously she's going to be injured and Petrovic is still carrying injury, but without Dabovic I think Slovenia get this.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark, completely, because we could see yesterday how much is the Serbians' offense built up for Dabovic from the point guard position. You know, yesterday Radovic hasn't been as effective. She hasn't been really looking for her shots after that pick and roll situations, and I think that's what's going to show up today if Dabovic plays.
Well, there's the starting lineup for Slovenia, and Oblak was so influential as the game developed yesterday when they got the win over Greece. But Nikabaric was a little bit absent. If those two both show up on the same day, it's going to be a very, very difficult task for the defending champions.
I think so far they have a great balance between Baric and Oblak, you know, supported by great performance of Lisek. And I'm really looking forward to see that matchup, Milovanovic and Lisek today.
Well, here's the roster for Serbia. Obviously the injuries are a factor. Ana Dabovic still sort of feeling her thigh in front of us. And starting lineup, Dabovic starts. She started yesterday, the day before yesterday anyway. And the key is, how are they going to deal with things on the inside? So it's a different starter in the inside again. Asara Krinic gets a start. She did well when they played the other day. There's an inside matchup that really could be decisive. Here are the two players that really we're going to focus on. Lisek was very, very good against Greece with 15. Serbia's leading scorer in Rio, Jelena Milovanovic. And she arrived as the leader of this team in 2013 when they really came back into international basketball at a level. And all sorts of other people come in, and yet she still remains now in 2017 their most influential player. So it's a tense one. In the middle of the afternoon here, the Slovenian fans are here again in force. There's a large area of green in the gym. A fair number of Serbian fans too, so this is going to get noisy. But the champions' future in this year's tournament is on the line. And Coach Glizic from Slovenia wants to make sure that the champions go out. And you know what? There's probably another 14 teams in this tournament who would love him to put Serbia out, because the longer they go on in this tournament and the healthier people get, they go from being survivors to be contenders. So Ana Dabovic will take the floor for Serbia against Slovenia. If Dabovic plays anywhere near her level, this could be probably the single most important factor in today's game. What you love about these Slovenian fans is this is their first EuroBasket Women. They're having a party, whatever goes on in the game. They can't lose. In the eyes of their fans, they simply can't lose because they've achieved so much already. What they want to do is continue to party on for at least one more day. Mika Baric will come out for Slovenia. And they start with Shante Evans. Quite an interesting move. If Preston's playing 3 games in 4 days is a tough ask for the veteran. It may be a decision, well, we need to match up on Milovanovic. And the other thing it does is it really puts some pressure on Krinic to play defense on Lisek, and she can really stretch the floor. I think that's just normal life for Sandra Persic. The body of a professional athlete takes a battering, and lots of medical people have to help her survive. Well, welcome to Prague. Serbia and Slovenia. Serbia in the white, Slovenia in the green. A place at stake in the elimination round. And Slovenia will get a look at it in the half court. Oblak will have it. The set goes to the inside. It's blocked by Krinic. She's guarded by Petrovic. Nice move to have Petrovic guard her. Jovanovic finds Dabovic. And for the first time in the tournament, Dabovic passes to Petrovic, and that's a great sound for Serbian fans. Dabovic out top. Krinic rolls, comes off of Evans' leg with Jovanovic for 3. In the book for Jovanovic. We've been waiting for her to come to the party. She strokes her first 3.
So far she has shot it at 12% from three-point line, you know. And that's what I talked about before the game. It's going to be an important element of Serbian game as well, to hit some long-range distance shots.
Answered by Eric, is free from the corner. Anything you can do, I can do it too. Eric was superb against Greece and picks it up again. Petrovic stops, pops, scores. I don't think there's such a guard on the perimeter. Too good a mid-range shooter. Oh, nice cut. Should have just gone straight up. They go inside, outside. Switch off the dribble, drains it. Positive start by both teams.
We will see this little slip from Lisek quite often in the game. He just brilliantly read the floor. Lisek seen that weak side defense came to help and found open player down in the corner, and Erkic didn't panic and just sort out that situation effectively, scoring that jump shot.
Milevanovic stretches the floor, puts it on the floor, nice little move to the hoop, finishes with a left hand. Early for Lisek on the inside. Is she going to try and take Milevanovic? Goes with a jump hook that looked a less than convincing option. Petrovic to the hoop for two. It's just a different level. Timeout Slovenia. Sonja Petrovic shows you what she is, one of the best in the world. Just shakes a little move, gets to the ring, soft finish. She simply is.
It was a great start from Serbia, you know. Their experienced players just took that responsibility. You know, Sonja Petrovic, undoubtedly such quality player. You don't want her to score first points of the Serbian team straight away, to make sure that, like, to let her feel confident. You know, she can really score, and if you give her that confidence in the first minute that she could be a star again of this team, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, it's a 9-4 start for Serbia. If it stopped right now, they would finish third.
And it's also such important that Sonja Petrovic plays, because Milevanovic so far has averaged 17 shots per game, and that's quite loads of presence of the ball in her hands. And you know, that she just stepped up for the injured players previous games, and she didn't play her position, and I think we will see a great performance from her today as well, playing finally that spot she wants.
So pressure from Serbia up the floor. They don't really want Iga Baric to get into any sort of rhythm at all. It's going to be a tough ask for Ana Dabovic if she's not 100% to guard Baric. Shante Evans slipped and was wide open. They turned her down. The Black turns the corner, feet set, way off. Battle on the glass, and it will belong to Slovenia. "14-second reset." Then you go back to inbound, and just literally throws it to Serbia. And unfortunately for them, Ana Dabovic towed the line. Poor pass from Baric out of bounds. Baric will reverse. Oblak will give it back to her. They can't just keep the ball in front of Serbia. Oblak with a pull up for two.
That's what Oblak was good at yesterday, taking that jump shot responsibility. She scored a couple of these yesterday, and I'm sure she will be looking for this today as well.
Milevanovic goes again. I think she travels. Yes, she does. Baric will get Slovenia into the half court. Baric will get it back. Defense by Serbia. The hard show took away the whole options. All back for three. Buried one. Well, if you need your confidence, go to your experienced player, and Oblak goes to 5 personal. Ties it at 9. Immediate reaction after the timeout. The 1-2-2 trap. And we have a whistle on the play. Baric picks up the personal. Great move by Coach Rich to get up the floor. We've lost another basketball. And as I said yesterday, Sonja Petrovic will sell hot dogs, kiss babies, and sign autographs at half time. She's now going to get the ball. Surely there's someone else in the gym who could have gone and got the ball for one of the best players in the world, but she's back unscathed from underneath the stands. So the trap is there again still, but they find Dabovic in the open floor. And it should and does. Easy two.
It was a great read from Serbian team. They didn't panic, they just overplayed the first line of the pressing, and it was easy for Dabovic just to give that easy pass down.
Balic for three is long. Ball hits the timing device, therefore he's out of bounds.
No, Serbia shouldn't make too many mistakes against the pressing, because they're quite experienced lineup at the moment on the court, and I'm sure that they will make sure they're not losing the balls.
Well, the double team and the intensity Slovenia-wise, they chase it. Milinovic in the corner is off with a three, and the press gets the result it wants, which is a rushed shot from the corner. Look at Balic. Balic puts it on the floor, wraps it into Evans, who goes inside out. Misic attacks the closeout and blows the finish, gets her own rebound, powers back up for two. And Serbia forced to take the timeout. Great reaction from Slovenia to the hesitant start. And there's the problem again that Klinic has. She got the foot speed to go. Lisek, the answer on that occasion is no.
In basketball, you have to be ready. You know, when you're contesting the shot, you have to be ready also for penetration. And Krnić now gave up that penetration.
Well, four of the starters have all ticked over the scoreboard for Serbia. That's always a nice sign that everybody gets active. Black with 5'8", with four, the people you'd expect. The only name that's missing that you'd expect to get going is Nika Balic. Balic will want to make a jump shot, want to make a shot. She really did struggle. The only Slovenian who did struggle offensively in day two's win.
She's the type of player, she's trying to penetrate, use her quickness to get inside of the paint and then look for the open teammates when they're cutting in, you know. She's such a smart player, and then it's just a pleasure to have this point guard as part of the national team.
So we have a new ball game with 5:20 to go. In the first, 11-11 is the score. Petrovic will move it into the half court. Krnić on the inside. So much more balance to the Serbian offense with Dabovic and Petrovic and Milinovic on the floor. Petrovic forces the bad one. She's going to have to get out of there. Decides to go up. Well, at least she's taking the responsibility. Balls belong to Serbia. You should never let the ball go out of bounds. Never let the official make the decision. If you can grab it and keep it, you've made the decision. 5:06, new 14 for Serbia.
Yeah, I think Dabovic right now brought that defensive player all the way from free-throw line, from three-point line into the paint.
Just about to give her a hard time because it's game 3, but for her, she's hardly played. So this just gets an inside touch. Better matchup now with Milinovic. The three is gone and knocked down off the screen. Alex just came back, gets open, 6 points. And Dabovic. Petrovic takes it over. And Slovenia are making a statement here with their defense. Really trying to stay in stance, pressure the ball, trying to make Serbia work for everything. And Elic picks up her first foul. Elic has always got into foul trouble in the first 2 games. They needed to go as many minutes as possible. Sure what we're checking right now.
You know, and we will see a lot today, probably the same play as we've just seen from Petrovic, you know. She's just such a great player in one-on-one and taking the decisions, and it's not going to be easy for Slovenian team to adjust the defense, but when you have a player like this, you have to play team defense again.
All right, they were just checking Elic's shot, whether it was a 3 or a 2, and it was a 3. Well, one of her points was a 3, so it's a 14-11 advantage, not as it says on our scoreboard in the arena that you're seeing of 13-11. There we go. Jovanovic, little reverse. Evans steps in and looked like he's going to be charged with the personal. I thought Evans got away with a reach, but
it was a quite brave attack from Jovanovic. There wasn't no teammates for a rebound. But she's seen the space, so she, you know, have to be active today. She has to attack the basket.
First one of the free throws is good. Kept alive by Kunic, but only tipped it to Slovenia. Balic in full flight. That's quick. Nice little entry to Evans, who's got nowhere to go. Inside, outside. Elic goes back to her. That's great share of the ball. Evans off the glass. He's rewarded by Elic with a pass, and he finalizes it with a 2 on the far side of the ring. And that's great team ball.
That's a perfect example.
8-second call going the other way, and Serbia starting to really feel the heat on the pressure. A fully fit Ana Dabovic would have normally just gone and run the floor with it. This is the move by Evans, who uses the ring to protect it, leans away, kisses it off the glass for 2.
It's a perfect example to see when the team plays patient game. You know, they don't rely on that first pass of the offense. They share the ball, move it in and out twice all over, and just got an open look down under the rim.
Little pick and roll action. Lisek is going to get a blocking foul on Jovanovic, so that'll be foul number 1 on her. There's that little stick the leg out a little bit. Evans will release to enable Barrett to get it in. Ball goes to Lisek, quite fortunately. Oblak for 3. Got it! Slovenia building momentum early here. 3:20 plus to go. Jovanovic will find Stankovic, who's just entered the game. Jovanovic, who again only comes off the screen to pass. The defense went under. She could have easily stopped and popped. Came off the screen to pass. And ends up just about getting away with not turning the ball over. Jovanovic going baseline, goes to the reverse layup off the top of the backboard, doesn't get the drop. Lisek will bring it, needs Baric, wants Baric, gives it to Baric. Urgency now around Slovenia. They feel the moment of the game. They could really blow it open early. Evans puts it on the floor, steps back, long 2, way off. Not really her game, let's say that. Great work by Elic. Oblak for 2 off the glass. And Slovenia, with every part of the game, their quickness, their effort, are winning the battle here. And Coach Gilic trying to just reflect it. Dabovic sits. Radachai joins the game.
It's going to be very important for Radachai now to look for her own shot as well. You know, she needs to be dangerous.
21-12. If their backs were to the wall before the game, they've just been pushed against the wall. Radachai comes off the high screen. Again to pass. Jovanovic for 3. Got it! Stepping up when she needs to step up. 7 personal. Evans will hand it off. Oblak, who also looks like she's feeling this, and a foul on Petrovic. That'll be the 3rd team foul for Serbia.
Just see this foul demonstrated a little frustration on the Serbian side. You know, you can see that Sonja Petrovic is not happy with the team performance so far, trying to call them up, cheer them up, and say, look, we gotta play again.
Well, they just slipped Lisek again. Radicaj has to foul. At least she fouled while the ball was on the floor. Balic will inbound. And they go long to Liszczek. We'll get it back to Balic. Oblak on the inside, catch and release for two.
That was a great read from this young player, Liszczek, you know, just going into the middle of the paint where the space has shown up.
Well, foul called on Oblak, and I like the fact that Jovanovic on the far side of the floor was frustrated she didn't get the extra pass. Obviously wanted to try and get another three away. She was wide open out of shot. Jovanovic draws the contact. Both teams now on 4 fouls. Radicaj goes inside to Petrovic. Turnaround jump shot for Petrovic is sweet. Understatement. Just superb. Nowhere near 100% fit, just has the quality. Liszczek outside, will look to put it on the floor. Which, again, mid-range two is short. Liszczek is on the glass, great rebound, and then just passes to Petrovic. Had more opportunity to go up than she probably realized. Petrovic will calm it down, and Radicaj will take a look at what she has. Slovenian defense nowhere to be seen. Pretty simple pick and roll. No one attacked the ball. They all stepped off Radicaj because they know she's not going to shoot it. And that means she's going to pass it. Balic is going to be fouled by Radicaj. And she will go to the free throw line.
Sure, today Radicaj doesn't want to get into foul troubles, you know. Serbian team needs her on the court to give those minutes Dabovic to rest a little bit and recover her injury and be ready to step up again.
Zek will sit down. The fact that Sonja Persic is not coming in for her probably tells you that Persic is actually struggling to play today. Petrovic is going to sit. No better place to try and get some offensive rhythm than the free throw line. Nika Balic makes the first. And gets a friendly roll for two. 40 seconds of the first quarter remaining. Kamala Radicaj will get it into the half court. Ball hits the second side. Milovanovic attacks the middle, attacks it strong. Was looking for contact, didn't get any. Nika Balic stops, fires up the elbow, jump shot, clenches the fist. Opens it out to an 8-point game. Tough move on the inside. Jovanovic, who's really single-handedly almost ticking it over for Serbia. Last 6 seconds. Nika Balic for three is short. Gets the drop. A 30-point first quarter for Slovenia. Have just dominated at the offensive end.
That's what you were, Mark, speaking about earlier, you know how important Nika Balic is to this team. She took a little break yesterday with her performance by points, but Oblak was there to be ready to step up for her. But today, Balic showing again that she's ready to have a brilliant performance.
Wow, 30-21 after one. 61% and 66% for Slovenia. Both teams shooting the ball well. It's just Serbia have turned it over a little bit. Great first quarter. Well, both teams still in the huddles. And Adamovic started the game for Serbia. Does not look 100% fit. Sonja Petrovic is finding a way to compete with the injuries. But I'm not sure if Dabovic is going to be able to really make that much of a contribution. They still have the Achilles heel of real lack of inside presence, which is going to be their issue for as long as they stay here in the Czech Republic. So the perimeter guys have to back themselves. Here we go, start of the second quarter. A 30-29-21 advantage for Slovenia. Defeat for Serbia eliminates Serbia. Even a narrow win would not be enough. Aladachai. Milovanovic on the second side, looks inside. They just do not want to go in there. Aladachai off the screen, stops, fires it, is short. Baric has a chance to run, and when Baric runs, you better watch out.
Just amazing to have a point guard like Nika Baric who controls the rhythm of the game. You see she's trying to push the ball. If she doesn't like the number, she's just gonna stop it, slow it down, you know, and prepare a set offense. It's such important in these games, you know, to control the rhythm of the game as well, which brings you good points to the board.
Aladachai will turn it, not recovered by Jovanovic. Milovanovic, who for the first time in this tournament looks a little, it's like second guessing herself a bit. Aladachai looks inside, doesn't go in there. They settle for the three. He's short, offensive rebound. Milovanovic goes up, gets the drop. If you're struggling with your rhythm, go and get a rebound, go and get a putback. And that's exactly what Milovanovic did. In the half court. Slebek will set the screen. Balic comes a little soft off it. They get the switch they want. Elic, she's got to put it up. They don't know. She's too late in recognition. Real mental breakdown by Slovenia. Aladachai will get it into the half court. Jovanovic will set a screen and roll, doesn't get a look. They're moving on to Milovanovic. 7 on the possession. Corner jump shot, they take it away on a closeout. Great move to the middle for 2. Skolic just finger rolls it in. Evans slips, goes off the glass for 2. Too easy.
You could have seen now the collapse of Serbian defense. You can't leave the rolling player all the way down. 3.
Jovanovic will settle into the half court. Skolic and Milovanovic will put it on the floor, tries to battle against the defense. Needs a pass, somehow finds one. And Jovanovic will go to the free throw line, and fortunately was found by Milovanovic. Lisek is coming back.
It almost seemed like the Slovenian defense is going to trap Milovanovic, you know, to not give her that space to play, that have that time with the ball in her hands and create.
Jovanovic on the free throw line. This will cut it to a 5-point game if she's successful. Makes the first. Almost up 1 for 2 though. Great work on the glass by Skolic. That's coming out of it's coming into the game doing a really good job. Big energy off the bench. Jovanovic looks inside. We're going to have a push and foul on Lisek on the back. That'll be her first. Offensive foul. Malichai will go and talk to the other official, but it's a little, you got to say, it's been consistently called in this tournament. Huge sigh of relief for every Serbian fan as Sonja Petrovic rejoins, and they take Malichai out because she's picked up a third personal, which could be a huge number. The fact that Petrovic comes back and Dabovic doesn't is a very worrying situation for Serbia. Great defense, tremendous effort by Skolic, but you've got to give her so much credit. She's come off the bench and has really made a contribution. Nika Balic wants the ball screen. Sets for three is short. Petrovic is on the grass. Klebec, everybody's down. It's going to belong to Slovenia with a new full team.
There hasn't been a good communication on the defending that pick and roll of the Slovenian team. They can't leave Baric open on the 3-point line.
Foul's called on Jovanovic. Jovanovic, a hold, I think. Looks a little bit perplexed. There's two ways to look at this for Serbia. You've got some inexperience on the inside. Is that a weakness or an opportunity? You've got to hope that they see it as an opportunity, the players coming in. Balic will penetrate, a little hesitation. Now she needs a pass. First one goes out, gets the two against the closeout.
I see Serbia played zone defense against to change the rhythm of the game, but their middle of the paint is quite open, and we've seen offenses before. Lisek coming into that space, and now Prasey read the floor really well and attacked that space.
Petrovic backs out, wants a little bit more space. 5 on the possession. Kicks it wide open, Milovanovic. You do not leave her wide open. Great rebound. Skoric again. You have to bring something, and everybody can bring energy, and she's done that since she's come off the bench. 4 points personal, 6-point game. Klebec gets away with a little walk. And Serbia really stepping it up defensively. Sek in the inside, I think we go travel. It's Sonja Petrovic trying to lead this team in energy, trying to lead this team by example. Here's the little replay of Prezel's little runner. Jovanovic is having to handle it. Gets in the lane, is fouled by Prezel. And Prezel's should have really done a better job here. Had it on the sideline, allows her to go down the middle. In my book, that is not a basketball action. Hitting her on the back. So why is that not an unsportsmanlike foul?
Yeah, you're right, Mark, but that's a great attack from Jovanovic. You know, she's dangerous today from penetration and 3-point line. It's quite hard to defend her today.
A lot of great news for those Serbian fans in the crowd. Ana Dabovic returns. With the 3 stars on the floor together. Jovanovic with a 3, and Skoric again. Absolutely phenomenal effort. Phenomenal effort by Skolic. 6 points. Has been all over the glass. Timeout, Slovenia.
Skoric has been 2 past games, you know. Haven't seen that performance from her at this tournament yet. And what we said at the beginning of the game, it was like how important it is when some players from the bench step up. And Skoric just demonstrated that these points, this energy level is so important for the offense and defense of our team.
So on the back of just effort. That's the only way to describe it. Skoric has amazingly kept this ticking over. Serbia struggling from all sorts of areas. There she is. What can you do to help your team? Well, Maja Skolovic said, I can work hard. By no means, that's not all she does. And there she gets a deflection almost on Balic. The rest of the team got to feed off that energy. Elic. Look at Balic. Whistle on the play. Both teams on 3 team fouls. That's a foul, yep. 2-3 zone out of bounds for Serbia. They go long to break any pressure. Luka Balic will move it on. Sex attacks the closeout, pulls up on the foul line. And this Serbian zone has definitely taken the rhythm out of what Slovenia are trying to run. Dabovic. Now, and the Dabovic being healthy and fit would have just taken it and gone to work. Hesitates. Baric picks up foul number 2.
Great read from Dabovic. She knew that Baric is guarding her. She has that advantage in her size, in her height. Great read.
Bob Black will step in to replace Balic, who has 2 fouls. Dakic will check in. Keep waiting for Dakic to explode.
She's definitely one of those young players of Serbia with a huge potential, but as you just said, we're still waiting for her to show that up on the court at this tournament. I think she has a great opportunity, to be honest, with these issues with the injuries. And we're gonna see how long it's gonna take her to step up.
Petrovic has it on the sideline. Jovanovic, they'll just step off her outside the 3. Dakic puts it on the floor, goes nowhere. Petrovic recovers it though, picks it up, knocks it down for 2. But for all their struggles, the zone has enabled Serbia to close this to a 2-point game. Evans outside the 3-point line. They show man-to-man. Isek puts it on the floor. Dakic plays great defense. And Serbia's defense is now beginning to wear down Slovenia. They're running out of ideas. This game is always a game of runs, game of momentum swings. And the momentum has gone back to the defending champion. Petrovic shows a bit of class. Petrovic for 3. Oh. Carry your country on your back, Sonja Petrovic. It's exactly what you're doing at the moment. 11 points personal. Serbia get the lead. That's an offensive foul. And there are going to be moments in this game where the history, where the dominance of Serbian basketball is going to play with the mentality of Slovenia. You know, coach had to say yesterday that he had to say that he thought his team had a chance to compete with Serbia. The fact he had to say it means there's a potential mental block here. Soon Dakic will release it. Petrovic not only scoring but handling it. Petrovic in the block, feels the double team, needs a pass, finds a pass wide open. Dabovic doesn't want to take the 3, attacks it, gets the 2.
Great movement of the ball on the offensive half court from Serbia. They read that double team really well and just delivered the ball to the player they wanted.
Sex settles for the 3, Sharon Dakic will come down with the defensive rebound. It's all about Serbia at the moment. Petrovic attacks it with the left hand, down the middle, it's fouled, hits the deck hard.
I don't think Erkic at the moment read that situation really well, because she just stepped into that screen and completely opened the whole half court for Petrovic to attack that inside of the paint.
Sonja Petrovic. Makes the first. 12 points out of the 38. 2 for 2 from the line. And on her own almost, she's just raised the level of belief. 5-point lead. Slovenia led by 9. They don't trail by 5. Dabovic on the back of the turnover, looks to push, she's got numbers. Ivanovic settles for the jump shot. Oblak going the other way. No rhythm at all for Slovenia. Now they need to just work to get the shot they want. Evans feels the double team, goes up in traffic, is fouled. Lejana Stankovic at 195 steps in, only 22. Is this the moment, you know, when you're a young player, you have opportunities. This is a moment for her to be part of something big for this Serbian team.
You can also see that Slovenia has that small lineup on the court at the moment. They will probably try to pressure the ball a little bit, you know, to get the Serbian team out of rhythm.
Shante Evans makes the first, has a chance to close this to a 3-point game, which she does. Double teams coming, but they move the ball so well. Dabovic just about hangs on. Petrovic says she's in control. Dakic stops, fires up the 2, is no good. Great work on the glass. That's Skoric again. Dakic feels the double team, is fouled, and that's a poor foul.
Here we see how important are offensive rebounds.
Well, this is third foul, and Persis is definitely not playing today. Looks like she wants to. If they're going to bring in Jakovina. Sharon Dakic on the free throw line. Just over 2 to go in the half. And Slovenia are on the wrong end of a 20-6 second quarter. They led 31-21 at the end of 1. Maybe they thought the job was done, but you're playing against the defending champion. They are not going to lie down. The tough 2, offensive rebound by Oblak, gets her own and is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. And Skoric is going to sit. She gets a standing ovation from the Serbian fans behind the bench. That's a hell of a contribution coming in. Just did a tremendous job in so many parts of the stats. Three-point game. Wagner and Dakic was always going to be fouled.
That's Jakovina's inexperience, I would say, because the team is in the foul troubles, and we don't want to foul even on the defensive half court.
And Dakic finds herself back on the free throw line. One for two though, defensive rebound by Jakovina. Balic, a little flare. Evans cuts to the corner, and she's always open on that cut. They leave open the three. That's why Evans with the offensive rebound. Jakovina gets it back to Balic, down to 6 on the possession. It's a little advantage, goes up or goes in. Kicks it. Oblak, feet set for 3. Drops it from deep. Timeout Serbia. 1:20 to go in the half. They are back to 1, Slovenia. Oblak's 3. Cuts it to 42-41.
Here we could see that smartness of Baric, you know, to make the defense collapse down and open, to give the open look to her teammate Oblak, who's today playing great game by contributing offensively and defensively.
Zone here, man to man on either side. Okay, this one, in offense.
Well, Serbia doing it inside, which is a little surprising, but what that really means is they've penetrated well. Petrovic has got to the ring. Skoric has picked up things on the offensive glass. They haven't really got anything out of any post-up game. But most importantly, Ivanovic, Sonja Petrovic and Dabovic are all playing in the same game for the first time in this championship. Hence they lead 42-41 with 1:20 to go. That's a stat line you die for. 100% from the free throw line, from the 2, from the 3. Petrovic just, as we said, trying to carry her team on her back. Slovenia showed the 2-3 zone. Turnaround jump shot, great work. Unfortunately, Stankovic for Serbia couldn't secure the rebound. Mika Baric will bring last minute of the first half. Nice pass by Baric. Tough one in the lane. Evans mops it up and then throws an air ball from 4 feet.
The Slovenian team is a little bit lack of size at the moment with the short lineup.
You can't wrap your arms around on defense. So I don't know that Stankovic will find herself on the free throw line. Goes 2 for 2. Well, they've got to get it over. Nowhere to go, just about beat the 8 count. Mika Balic, about a 4 or 5 second differential between possession and game clock. That's an offensive foul. Even though Baric decided not to use the screen, Evans came up, made contact, and quite rightly, the official calls the foul. This is day 3. Come on, guys. Referees have called it like that for 3 days. So Stankovic will sit. Skoric is going to check in with 10.6 to go. Petrovic should probably keep it, try and score herself here. stops, fires it, is long, doesn't get the roll. Skoric can't get the rebound. And Petrovic is hurt coming down.
That doesn't look too good.
Let's see the replay. Players stepping in underneath people landing. Will potentially result in this. There goes the right foot going forward. Petrovic comes down on it. It's not going to be moaning. It should be a foul. The referee should have seen it. Exactly why you have to have space to land when you take off. 44-41. A disappointing end for Petrovic. It'll be interesting to see what they do with her in the locker room. But those stats tell you how close it is, and that's how close it is with the two that matter. 44-41 Teresa, and it's been a swings and roundabout type of half. Both first Slovenia, then Serbia had the advantage. Now it's tight.
Yeah, and we can see that Slovenia is a little bit dealing with the issues under the rim, you know, with Lisek in the foul troubles, Persic unable to play, most probably due to an injury. They're still doing what they could, you know, they have to move the ball to make sure that they move that taller roster of the Serbian in the defense. But credit to Serbia, I think they showed up just delivering that message, hey, we're not gonna go out of this tournament, and it's gonna be interesting to see second half if Serbia is gonna carry on with this impressive performance, and the people from the bench gonna take that big part as we've just seen.
Well, Sonja Petrovic really ignited Serbia. 13. Jovanovic had 9 to back her up. But Petrovic handled it, carried them, pretty much would have signed autographed and kissed babies at halftime as well. She does everything else. Unfortunate injury, she came down on a foot that was going forward and took her space away. And if that means she can't take any further part in this crucial matchup. But Serbia have to win by 5. Assuming Greece lose in the last game of Group B. So we'll leave you the rest of the highlights of what's been an intriguing first half. As you see pictures of quite possibly the player of the game already, who just took it on herself to say that Serbia weren't going to lose. We'll see you for the second half shortly in around 10 minutes. Well, welcome back to the halftime of Serbia and Slovenia. The good news for everybody is that Sonja Petrovic is actually on the floor warming up. Not looking the most mobile person in the world. She's already carrying injuries. A slight limp, and Sonja Petrovic, as well as being one of the best basketball players in the world, is also a very, very determined young athlete. If there's any way she can continue the tremendous performance she put out there in the first half, then you know she's going to do that. Intriguing battle though. 44-41. Slovenia were in complete control until Serbia threw the zone in there.
Yeah, there's a huge difference now at the moment with these two teams because Slovenia had to come out with a short lineup, and I think that's just causing them problems at the moment. But I'm sure we're gonna see Lisek back this half. What was a key factor is that Serbian bench players just stepped up, you know, with the scoring. Great demonstration of the effort with the 4 offensive rebounds, scoring out of it 6 points. Great contribution from the bench of Slovenia so far. So I'm really looking forward to see how both teams gonna deal with this matchup of the short lineup of Slovenia and slight problems with injuries, slight big problems with the Serbian veterans.
Well, Lisek is probably the key to this. If she can stay in the game for as long as possible, then that really does assist the Slovenian cause. Don't forget that a win by 5 for Serbia will put them ahead of Slovenia if Greece lose to France. Let's assume that Greece do lose to France, and that would mean Serbia need to win by 5 to achieve the 3rd place in qualification. Obviously their first task is to get the win, but in a 3-way tie, Greece have a +6, and at the moment Slovenia are +3, Serbia -6 coming into this game. So a 5-point win for Serbia would put them on a -1 point difference, and Slovenia would go to a -2. That's if my maths is correct. But we'll worry about that when we need to worry about that, and that's not right now. Right now we have to worry about, is Sonja Petrovic healthy? Is she able to play at the same level she played at in that first half? One thing's for certain, and Dabovic is struggling. I think it'll be a management thing with Dabovic, whether she plays or not, because she won't start this 3rd period. Tamala Ladachai is out on the floor. Slovenia go back with their 5 starters. Their starters that gave them their biggest lead of the game, which was a 9-point lead. We're underway in the 3rd quarter. Tamala Ladachai will get Serbia going in the half court. Ivanovic lines up the 3, goes inside. Oh, nice move. This goes by, just blows the layup. Tremendous little duck in post. And just couldn't complete the layup. Bullet dodged by Slovenia at the start of the 3rd. And Iga Balic will advance the basketball. It's going up in traffic. Ivanovic steps in, causes the travel. Good help. Generate the travel. Here's Ladachai. Same play and rolls reversed. Skolic and Ivanovic. Petrovic, guarded by Balic. Shooters Walker in, fills the double team, finds Ladachai, lines up the 3. Got it! Is this the game that Tamala Ladachai gets back to somewhere near her best?
And again, this offense came from Sonja Petrovic. Great read of the situation when she had a mismatch the defense dropped to go for the help, and she found the open Radochai.
Milanovic gets a piece, finds Evans with only 5 on the shot clock. Baric from deep for 3, yes, knocks it down. Nika Balic closes it to a 3-point game.
It was a great read from Evans.
Petrovic goes inside. Milanovic feels some help, but gets an angle. And Edic comes down with a defensive rebound. Skoric is all over the glass, but this time she fouls.
Yeah, we've seen now Evans to communicate to Baric really well when focus hasn't been on down under the rim, and she just switched with Baric to not allow that mismatch under the rim.
Second foul on Jelena Milanovic. Oblak. Evans in the post, gets a touch. Edic comes off. Quick catch and release, is short. Defensive rebound is Radochai. She'll look to run. But no advantage numerically, so they're in the half court. Skoric finds herself at the foul line. Puts it on the floor, tries to take it inside when she probably should have shot the ball. Milanovic lines up the 3. Bottom of the screen. The Slovenia take the early timeout, I think. I don't think the coach wants it. The dancers are on, the benches are up. The referee has spelt the party for the dancers, he's throwing them off. And someone on the table must have got a little bit finger happy on the buzzer. And we're back. At 7:55 with Slovenia after Milanovic's deep 3 to give Serbia the 6-point and qualifying margin. Bisek, everyone's in a passing lane, she's got to put it on the floor. Great defense by Petrovic, it's a travel. Offensive foul called. Technical foul for the obvious and clear descent. Radochai. Serbia looking to really take advantage of the technical foul situation and the foul on Lisek. Petrovic, turnaround jump shot is sweet.
I don't think Erkic could do any better in defense, but just Sonja Petrovic is so good this game and just carrying her team on her shoulders.
Evans will look to reverse. What answer does Slovenia have? Balic on a dribble, great defense by Radochai. And they attack it, and Petrovic just attacked the ball. She paused the foul, but the intensity of the situation, make things happen with your defense. And Petrovic picks up foul number 2. 16 points personal for Sonja Petrovic. Demanding effort from her team. Elic gets it back to Baric. And Baric, and this defense from Serbia is so active. A little bit of football from Skoric. And Skoric has set the tone defensively. Skoric has set the tone in terms of effort. Takes one player to spark that. 2-3 zone from Serbia out of bounds. 14 reset for Slovenia. Oh, 3 is gone, and it's gone early. Evans is on the glass, he's being held by Milanovic.
I see Baric is not happy with this offense. when you play against the zone, you gotta move that defense. Either you run through, cut through, or penetrate and kick the ball. You know, you can't play statically as we've just seen.
Someone's told Tina Jakobina that she's a three-point shooter, and she's done it quickly all the time. And she can't make the two. Defensive rebound is Cato, who sees her first action of the game, remarkably. And a Chai, well, she kicks when she had a layup. Petrovic penetrates, Cato for three in the corner. All of a sudden, everything that looks good for Serbia from the perimeter is dropping. Cato makes the three. Petrovic on the turnaround, Chai with a three. It's a great little run. Serbia lead it 56-44. And Cato in the game for seconds, gets on the score sheet with a three. And the dancers are back.
I think Slovenia at the moment is struggling a little bit offensively because, you know, past two games they've been playing loads of high-low game, using their big players out there, and then today Persic is out of the game, Lisek is in the foul troubles, and all we've seen at the moment is playing from the perimeter, you know, and they need to make sure that they put ball in and out just to change the rhythm, make Serbian defense move.
Well, there's the Chai three. Get another look at it now. And when she was the energy coming off the bench as the backup to Dabovic, she would regularly come out and knock down shots. If that confidence is coming back, it's a great sign for Serbia. They lead this by 12 points now. There'll come a point when they have to make a decision about Lisek, and do they risk up? Because while they're protecting her and trying to keep her, Lisek's being no factor on the game slips away from you. Oblak with a runner for two. Straight down the gut of the defense. Great response, 17 points personal. Her and Baric have 27 of the 46 between them. Double team comes, they chase Chai. She finds Petrovic. Who else would you want to find? It's the underside of the ring. She's out of bounds, so it was Cato. So Serbia have dealt with their issues about who's playing on the inside by not going with a five-spot player. So they've gone with their small lineup. It's been their most effective look so far in the whole of three games. They lead this by 10, 56-46. Shante Evans will hand it off. Oblak is fouled by Petrovic. It'll be Petrovic's third foul. I don't think there's any sign or thought about it coming out. Balic wants to play. Goes again, stops, pops and scores. Count it. Will go to the free throw line and straight out the timeout. A 5-0 run for Slovenia. And Petrovic will come out. Dabovic comes back and Chai will sit.
So far we can see that Boric and Oblak is carrying Slovenian team at the moment. I think Evans needs to step out a little bit, and Erkic as well, you know, to get that pressure off the shoulder of Oblak and Boric. It's not going to take only two players to win this game.
Balic is good from the free throw line. A 7-point game. From a coaching perspective, you'd love to see reaction after your timeouts. There's a double team, finds the open player, and if Ivkovic had actually thought about it, she had a wide open look to reverse the ball. Dabovic will move it on. Skolic is going to travel, but the whistle went for a foul off the ball. Holding foul.
You know, when you get as a point guard or as a shooting guard to guard the biggest player on the court and you stay behind her, there's no much chances than just to commit the foul, to unable to score right under the rim and use their mismatch.
Dabovic looks to knock down the three straight off the out of bounds. It rims. It rims out. Balic stops, fires it way short. Evans is on the glass. Everybody's on the floor on the grass. And Dabovic just couldn't go and get it. Shows you the impact of what she's struggling with. Oblak just took it straight off her. Jakovina just caught with no awareness, gets blocked. Skolic wraps it inside. Little left-hand hook, soft roll. Jovanovic almost caught it on the chin, held on, comes up with a little hook. Slovenia have to answer, and answer right now. Elic outside, looks underneath, no pass. Got a whistle. And with Serbia already in the penalty. Here Oblak will go to the free throw line. Jovanovic comes back in.
It's kind of given 2 free throw shots for Oblak at the moment by Kado committing this unreasonable foul away from the rim.
Second one gets the friendly roll. Dakic will come to the middle of the court, relieve the pressure. Dabovic has it. Oblak not letting us settle. Barrett's going after it. Dakic, they leave her open for 3. There's always a reason when you're that wide open. Chance to run here. Oblak looks long. Kolvina. Elic puts it on the floor. Needs a pass. Finds a pass. Chance to cut it to 6 or 5. Oblak needs a pass. Finds one wide open. Jakovina finally toes you wide. She wants to shoot the 3 whenever she can.
But this was well-prepared position for her, you know, to tag that shot, not like the bounce before. And great read from Oblak.
Dabovic. Offensive foul. Jovanovic. There you see moving into Oblak. It's unforgivable given we're now in day 3 of games. The Slovenian crowd think that the momentum is with them right now. Balic comes off the screen. Evans underneath, should score, blows the layup. So many occasions, players are so open, 2 feet from the hoop, and they just cannot finish.
You just have to make this open layup at this stage of the game. You know, that was a great look from Baric, seeing that diving in. But left hand of Evans didn't play in her favor this time.
Senga Petrovic is coming back. Jovanovic will move it on. Petrovic has really got things out of this matchup and finds a great look for Milovanovic. You can't get it to drop. Oblak pushes, numbers down the floor for Slovenia. Elic backs it out, looks to skip, almost turns it over. Oblak somehow recovers the ball, and the ball will belong.
That was a great trap from Dabovic and Petrovic. Down in the corner, unable Oblak to even move the ball out of her hands.
Petrovic will advance the basketball. Jovanovic. Jovanovic will move it on to Ana Dabovic. Looks at her options, goes to the baseline, spins, has it knocked away. And if they call Dabovic for the foul here, when she loses the ball. There's the loss. I'm looking unsportsmanlike. She's running away from her and she grabs her. They just call it as a hold. Kabalic to make this a 4-point game with 2:28 to go in 3. Kabalic ticks it over to 14 points personal. Make that 15. The momentum swings back to Slovenia. You can go right back to when they took Petrovic out. And you think, don't take her out, everything's still good. They took her out and Slovenia have worked their way back in.
Just showing the experience in the Serbian team to overplay that pressing.
Great rebound by Milovanovic off the Petrovic miss. Great pass, Davidovic gets the 2. Well, all 3 of the stars combined to stop that little run by Slovenia. It's an offensive foul. I'm not a referee and I'm still calling that one. Shante Evans, that's the second time that she comes a little late. The guard goes a little early. It's a blind screen. And Flebek will join as Evans leaves. Both her fouls have been offensive. Jovanovic looks at Petrovic down low. Great move. "18 points personal on 6 from 7. We've got a holding foul, I think. I think she's cramped up. I hope that's what it is. Watch the footwork here. Spins to the baseline and takes that second step underneath. Kisses the glass. I think it's cramped. I hope it's cramped. She's trying to stretch everything out. Who's stepping up? That's not the way to step up. Skoric will foul, and Slovenia will go back to the free throw line. And worse than Slovenia going to the free throw line, it's Teja Oblak. Oblak to go to 20 personal and take her team on a 56. She makes the first. Six-point game. Just to remind you, and we will during the fourth a lot, that Serbia with a 6-point win would progress. Milovanovic, baseline to the reverse layup, gets her own rebound, has it knocked away. Balic, Oblak down the floor, easy 2.
That's a great low pressure from Slovenia at the moment, you know, getting these quick points.
The crowd are up, the dancers are on, the atmosphere in here is building again, and Slovenia with this 2 close it to a 4-point game. Serbia take the timeout. It's like watching a experienced heavyweight boxer in the last throes of being a champion. Just will not let their belt go, will not let their championship go without just putting every last ounce into the game.
And it's such impressive performance so far from Slovenian team as well, because they obviously struggling with the big players and still are in touch with Serbian team, you know, putting them under the pressure. They're not giving up. And when we consider it's their first debut on the championship, really impressive performance.
Well, 1:13 to go in the third quarter. Slovenia edging their way back on the back of the 1-2 punch of Oblak and Balic. 22 for Oblak, 15 for Balic. Everyone else is down at the 7 and the 6 type marks. Not quite as lopsided though as Petrovic is the only double-digit scorer for Serbia. Petrovic is back, so it was just a cramp thing. She has it. That's a good call, because there was too much. Mina Ivanovic, there was just too much of hands and everything on. That'll be her 4th foul. Foul trouble for Serbia continues to mount. Balic will hand it off to Oblak and relocate. Oblak needs a pass. And it all got a little complicated. Petrovic this is not the place to take the ball offensively. Petrovic was guarding Trebek, and there was only going to be one result, even if Trebek had caught it. Jovanovic into the last 40 seconds of the 3rd period. She's been phenomenal for Serbia. Dabovic just trying to do everything she can. Takes the 3, hits the back of the ring. Oh, Petrovic is on the floor again. Great effort. It's a held ball. Slovenia will have the held ball. It's Sonja Petrovic. It's just her body. It's just being put through the mill here. On the floor, she's fighting for everything. Balic. There's about a 2-second differential between clock and possession. 8 on the shot now. Balic feels a little contact. This has got to go up deep in the corner, way off. And that will do it for the 3rd quarter. And however they've managed to do it, by hook or by crook, with people's bodies just being put through the mill, Serbia are refusing to give up this EuroBasket Women title. They lead this 62-58 at the end of 3. Forget championship. Petrovic needs a medal at the end of this, 62-58. The shooting statistics across the board are decent. But at the moment, the only thing that matters is a 62-58 margin. Wow, 62-58. There is, I'm definitely going to run out of words to describe the effort that Sonja Petrovic is putting in on the floor.
Yeah, that's a heroic week. It's a heroic performance from her. You know, you can see her putting her body on the floor, fight for everything, even though she struggles so much during this game in terms of her injuries. I'm missing a little bit now contribution of Milovanovic, you know. Oh, actually, I'm sorry for Jovanovic from the guard. You know, she started the game well, but she's been quite blind and at the moment is flat with her performance so far.
Well, without Milovanovic, she's on foul trouble. Someone else has got to step up. Otherwise, Petrovic is going to have to carry it on her own. Dabovic is just playing on memory almost. Obviously, she's struggling with injury as well. She's out there trying to do whatever she can to get this team to progress. Jovanovic will inbound at the start of the 4th. At the moment, if it's stopped now, Serbia would win but still go out. Dabovic hands it, goes inside. Jovanovic can't finish. Petrovic, 3-point line, attacks the closeout, pulls up, count it. 22 points personal. 20 points personal, sorry, 7 from 8 from the floor. Elic. Body's on the floor. We're going to get an offensive foul called.
Just another moving screen from Trebec. You almost think like really the players hasn't adjusted to it yet.
Trebec will sit. Shante Evans will return. 6-point game. There's a lot of fans in green shirts. There's a lot of fans in the blue or the red or whatever color shirt they're draped in for Serbia, who are playing every possession. Petrovic needs a pass, finds one. Inside option. Jovanovic, little head and shoulder fake for two, gets the roll.
That's what we spoke about. We need another players to step up as well and get that pressure off the Petrovic shoulder.
Jovanovic, again, poor foul in transition. Slovenian fans trying to lift this group. Evans will release, inbounds and gets it back to Oblak. She'll take the ball screen. Evans is wide open, she turned it down, needs a pass, finds one. Serena goes up, is off. Great work on the boards. And you don't even have to ask who got a piece of it. Skoric just kept it alive. And Tina Jovanovic came down with a rebound. Jovanovic will move it on to Petrovic, gets the ball back. Tries to penetrate, gets to the ring, going up for the layup, blows it. And another missed layup. Chance here for Baric to push, and she's just lightning, wide open. Eric takes the closeout option and throws it away. The same player who stood there 2 days ago and shot her team to their first ever EuroBasket win just didn't have the confidence to take the shot. Petrovic skips it. Jovanovic attacks the closeout, and Baric will be charged with a personal.
Erkic really needs to take this shot, you know. She's been on fire at the beginning of the game and she needs to help her teammates Oblak and Baric at the moment to contribute point-wise.
Petrovic stops, fires it up, knocks it down.
This is just a learning lesson. You know, Jovanovic stepped back from Petrovic. We've seen this action so many times at the championship from Petrovic, just having the ball, waiting what the defense gonna do. If you're gonna step back, she's gonna take her shot, of course.
Baric takes the screen. And Dabovic is going to be charged with a personal. Third foul. Which goes up off the glass. Poor shot. Evans will go to the free throw line. And Naya Elic's search for offense continues. Poor shot. Not a bad pass, but a poor shot. And Evans will go to the free throw line. Never more as Shante Evans needed to make both free throws. Gets the roll off the front of the ring for the first. Gets the score back into single digits. There's an eternity left in the game. 7:25. And Evans goes 2 for 2. Dabovic will sit. And Mladic will come in, sitting on 4 fouls. Having made her last shot from the three-point line. Foul called to Baric. Never happy when coaches ask for technical fouls. I could ask for them, we're a commentator. But coaches asking for technical fouls, referees will do that. Here's Petrovic.
And again, we're gonna see that pick and roll. Petrovic getting advantage of the switch.
Takes it to the hoop, blows it. Great rebound though by Jovanovic, he finds it. Mladic has to shoot that. Petrovic with the offensive rebound now, goes up, is fouled. Hits the floor again.
really now asking a question, why Raducaj double guessed this wide open look?
Well, this said she's going to come back. I would argue far too late. I mean, she may pull a foul straight away, but she's been sitting out for a long time. Elic is going to sit. Zolzek comes into the game. Petrovic has the chance to make it 24 points personal, and more importantly, a 10-point margin for Serbia. She never looks like she's going to miss a free throw. Simple, straight lines. And as you say it, she's bound to miss it. The ball will belong to Serbia. Great effort by Jovanovic. Evans didn't box out hard and didn't then grab it. She just got taken out of things by the presence of Jovanovic. Serbia a chance to make this an 11 or a 12-point lead. Raducaj. Jovanovic almost fumbles, but will get out of the corner and hits the deck. The ball possession arrow favors Slovenia. And Eric on the bench, you can just see that look as she's sitting there waiting to come back. She's not looking as though she wants to take that shot while she's sitting there. 69-60. Oblak, who hasn't seen an opportunity to score for a long time. Balic tries to turn the corner. Isek gets a first offensive touch, tries to hand it off. Oblak stops, pops, is long. It's a great series defensively by Serbia. They're going to call that a jump ball, and the ball will belong to Serbia. It might be a 9-point game on the game, but don't forget, they only need to get it to a 4-point loss and they're through. So it's only a 5-point game in terms of qualification. Raducaj. And Serbia have that look now of a team trying to manage the situation, manage time of possession. Petrovic, who else would you want with the ball? Great first step, Skolic in the lane, doesn't get the drop. We've got a whistle on the boards.
That was a great penetration for Skoric, but at this point of the game, you want to make this shot, you know, you want to score those 2 points to calm your team down a little bit.
Luka Balic comes off the Evans screen. Balic turns the corner, goes in the lane, she's blocked. Well, all the questions and all the suggestions that someone on the inside needed to make a name for himself in this game for Serbia. Tina Jovanovic comes up with a block, she's scored 7 points, she's rebounded, ball's out of bounds, the ball still belongs to Slovenia. Serbia look like they will potentially show the 2-3. They go to the 2-3 zone. Oblak wide open, is long. And Petrovic comes up with another stack.
She's just everywhere at the moment, you know. She's taking rebounds, she's going.
There's a whistle on the play. And with 5:30 to go, both teams are in the penalty. Timeout Slovenia. And Slovenia have to make changes. They have to make changes in how they're approaching this right now. They trail by 9 with 2 free throws to go. If they lose by 4, they will still progress.
They would probably try and put a little bit pressure on the Serbian team again to get him out of that rhythm. But for sure, when Sonja Petrovic has the ball, all defense needs to be in stance and ready for the penetration. It's important how they're going to sort out that pick and roll when she's playing, you know. You have to contest the shot. She's ready to take that pull-up jump shot.
While Petrovic with 23 points, he also has 5 rebounds like Skoric, 5 assists. It's just, there's no words to describe how good Sonja Petrovic is playing. You're injured, you're struggling, your team is struggling. It's not like you're injured and you're coming into a team that's in a good place. And she has literally carried her team. She's had great support. Skoric has been phenomenal coming off the bench. But this Sonja Petric's performances is up there with some of the great performances. She's 9 from 13 from the field, 8 from 10 from 2, 1 from 3 from 3. 5 assists. Radachai's on the free throw line. She just has to shut it all out, do what she's done for thousands and thousands of times in practice. It's one of those things that really puts you under pressure. And this is the first. Chance to make it a 10-point game with 5.5 to go, but you still feel Slovenia have a run in them. 70-60. Prayers are being asked and said on that Serbian crowd. They're asking for any help they can get. They step off. Zolek just not given. Baric for 3. Got it!
That was a great read from Baric. The defense just went under the screen. That's the signal to stop what you're doing and just take that shot. Great.
Is this the run then? We said they were entitled, they would have one more run. 7-point game. Radachai takes the ball screen. Baric goes underneath, gets picked the second time. Radachai for 3. 10-point game. 7 points personal for Radachai. They're going to step up Zolek, who gets inside, needs a pass, finds one. Zolek, who still is just trying to get into the game at the moment. Zolek puts it on the floor, gets to the middle, little floater. Evans is a rebound, puts it back up, can't get it. And Jovanovic is out of bounds. When does Milovanovic come back? Edic is coming back now. She can't play anything but positively right now. Radachai with this 3. Just quietened the whole of that Serbian crowd. Baric on the end line with a 14-second reset. Oblak has it. And there'll be another 14-second reset.
Such impressive Skoric performance so far, you know. She doesn't mind if she's guarding a small player. She still puts that heart into it and try to deflect the ball.
Nika Baric. Slovenia need to tick it over. Needs a pass, finds a pass. Elic attacks it. In the lane, just throws it away. Sonja Petrovic has led and carried this Serbian team. 4 minutes to go, within touching distance of qualification. Wide open, Skoric for 3. Oh, for Skoric. Put a huge underline of a super performance. 9 points personal, 13-point lead. Stolen, Jovanovic goes up, looks for contact, makes the layup. Timeout Slovenia, 3:41 to go.
That was an incredible couple of possessions from Serbian team. Playing great team defense, unable to open the down space for Slovenian team. Skoric is a key factor in this energy level boost for Serbian team. Great couple minutes.
Double team, moćan, jasno, proba cekaš ovo. Minuto rabimo da prijemo na zavod tek. Sami igrajte. Ajde, Marko, ajde.
Well, if it stayed like this, not only would Serbia qualify, but unless Greece win later on, they would go second in the group after all their trials, all their tribulations. Almost puts, we know they've got massive injury issues. but it puts all the trials and tribulations of talking about non-qualification behind them. Skoric, as great as Petrovic has been, Skoric has just been the difference, the maker of differences here. Lisek got it outside. They've got to go quick, they've got to go, and they've got to tick it over. Great pass. Lisek can't handle it. Oblek. Shante Evans dives to it. Lisek gets it, she's going up here. Goes to the baseline, great help. Elic pulls up, way short. Never looked like it was going in. Lisek goes up, scoops it, it's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. There's still time here for Slovenia. It's not just about winning, it's about qualification. But you've got to go up strong. You've got to be looking to make the two, not just draw the foul. Jovanovic sits, fouled out with 7 points. 3 from 6 from the field, 3 rebounds. Got to chip in with a block shot as well. They're the sort of numbers that Serbian bench have to contribute. Milovanovic checks back in. Second makes it.
Slovenia has to play the pressure, man-to-man, go, try to steal the ball to get another possession.
Milovanovic, mid-range, goes inside. Great decision. That is why you're a great player, Jelena Milovanovic. No need, doesn't matter to her who scores the points. Great decision. Balic. She's got to spark something here.
No one's really getting open, you know, while she's dribbling through it out the middle.
Oblak with a tough one in the lane.
And now Serbia has time. There's no way they should rush their offense at the moment. Time is playing in their favor.
Time and possession now. Jovanovic has it. They'll use every second of every possession. Pick and roll for a layup. And Serbia celebrate already. 2:12, 2:10 to go. And you've got to think it's all about relief on that Serbian bench. Evans outside. Set goes up for 2. Blows the layup. Elic gets the offensive rebound, pulls it out. Evans, shoot the ball. They go inside to Lisek, she's fouled by Sonja Petrovic. That'll be Petrovic's 4th foul. And the jubilation of a win, their first ever win in the EuroBasket for Slovenia from 2 days ago, is now being replaced by some feelings completely opposite. Inflation of a potential defeat is dawning on the crowd. Great awareness by Jelena Milovanovic. Drew Evans into the contact. She'll go to the free throw line. Serbia will take the timeout with 1:41 to go.
And now the experiences of the Serbian team playing in their favor as well, you know, against that pressure. They're not gonna rush their offense. They're gonna play that time to try to get as big a difference in points as possible as well. Slovenia just have to keep that pressure, but they can't just forget the players down under the rim. You know, the rotation has to be full, even with the last player.
And the margin is a huge factor here for Serbia, and that's what they'll be reminded about now as well. Being second in the group will probably mean you'll avoid Russia in the crossover. But they look like they'll be second in the other group. And that's not to say that Latvia will be an easy game. But I think if you gave them a choice, I know what choice they'd make. Jelena Milovanovic will step to the free throw line. They're up 16 points. They trailed by 9. And then Sonja Petrovic just refused to be eliminated.
She's been unquestionable star of this game for Serbian team. But we should not forget that today loads of bench players stepped up for Serbian team, which was a very important element of this game.
Radjanovic knocks it down. 18-point game, 1:40 to go. Oblak has done everything she possibly can, goes up. Looks like she got a little contact, no call. Oladichai will advance the ball. Well, all those sayings about wounded animals, all those things about champions and their heart. Well, this team has a heart, and it beats like a champion, and it's Sonja Petrovic to the wing to Jovanovic, who comes up with nothing. And there's a foul. Amina Jovanovic will pick up her 5th foul. 4 Serbians in double digits.
Well, we can see Milovanovic doesn't mind that committing that 5th foul. She's happy that the margin is so big at the moment.
Well, all the heartache, all the disappointment of the first 2 games, the injuries for Serbia, they won't be forgotten, because that's going to make this moment even sweeter. Evans comes up empty on the free throw line, and Petrovic has another positive stat.
You can see that Slovenian team is not committing any foul at the moment, as they are in a foul troubles, and they don't want to give them those another points to widen up the margin.
Well, if there's moments that sum up how a game has gone, there was just one of them. This game was tough, it's tight. Slovenia had lots of opportunities. Nika Baric cut it to 7 in the 4th quarter. And finally, Maja Elic makes a 3, 10 points personal. And that's the really annoying stat if you're a Slovenian fan, 2 from 2 from the 3-point line. And Sonja Petrovic, they should just let her keep the ball, let her walk off with the ball. And there's a foul on the play.
When you right, Mark, like Maja Erkic, she's a great, excellent shooter. Having 2 from 2 3-point shoots, you know, you have to have at least 6 attempts to try, you know, and contribute from the long distance. And that last shot basically came in the last minute of the game when the score is so clear at the moment, you know. And we've seen that struggle before. She didn't take that shot previously. So just a decision, you know, making during this game as well. Being confident, they have double-guessed themselves so many times in this game. That's the struggle they've been through.
Dakic completes the misery. I have no idea what the 2 coaches are saying to themselves. I don't really think it needs to become an issue. Petrovic was 23. Jovanovic, Skolic and Milovanovic were 11 apiece. Skoric is the story off the bench. Jovanovic has also done a really nice job coming in. In fact, the combined output in the 5 spot has been the best of all 3 games for Serbia.
And we see that from Serbian team, you know, almost everyone has contributed 5 points except for Mandic, you know, and that's such what we've been calling for at the beginning of the game. They needed to step up players from the bench, and I think that's another key element for the Serbian team, them to finishing this game by getting this win.
Well, Slovenia will probably walk it off. Don't need to do anything else. They'll take the layup. Evans is on the glass. The ball will belong to Serbia. The place in the elimination crossover games belongs to Serbia. Which game it'll be, we'll have to wait and find out after France and Greece play. But this team has been faced with so much adversity, so much challenge, and they have found the way to survive. 88-69, Serbia win, Serbia progress. Slovenia will be going home from their first EuroBasket Women. They'll be going home with a win. But at the moment will mean absolutely nothing to these players. Statistically, Serbia win most, if not all, of the numbers. But who cares about numbers when you've seen that show of character? And Sonja Petrovic has probably played one of the bravest games in EuroBasket Women. Carrying every sort of injury, cramping up, getting hit, turning the ankle just at half time. Still didn't stop her. She got great support from across her team. Players who've not stepped up, did step up. And you just got to take your hat off to a champion, because that's what they are, a group of champions. They win it 88-69. It's been a privilege to watch that one.
It's been a pleasure to watch this one. You know, you could have seen how Serbia just delivered the message, no, we are defending champions, we're not going home. And I could see that there's been a huge difference in experience at this game. You know, Slovenia was struggling with the foul troubles. They haven't had Persic in the game, and that's been a big factor of them losing as well, because their game was built on the combination between guards and centers, and that's what they couldn't play today. So it's hard to, you know, be part of the European Championship, play in the European Championship with big players and quality under the rim, which they haven't had this game. Credit to Serbia, really. Being in the position do and die, I think they love this situation, and it just proved that people have to count with them.
Wow, you're looking at some highlights from the fourth quarter. Niko Balic brought Slovenia back to within 7. And then just Serbia exploded to win it by 19. There was the three that made it literally a 7-point game, and you thought then that they had a shot. They had a shot to come back, but straight after, well, they had a try and make that three. And then Skoric just underlined it. Another three, and then a steal. An 8-point turnaround. They're up 15 after only being up 7. Well, they've been challenged the rest of the tournament. Thought they were going to dodge a bullet by not having to face the defending champions. Well, think again. Serbia will be on a wave of emotion. Sonja Petrovic has ignited them, and they get the win, and they will progress. And we will see you shortly for the next game with Montenegro on the floor with Russia. We'll be back for that shortly. But for now, from Prague, from the Czech Republic, it's bye for now. We'll see you soon. Bye now.